Well, hello, my wonderful Capricorn. Welcome to my channel, Tasty Tarot. I'm your intuitive reader, Miss Chloe. I'm very happy to have you here with me in this sacred space. You are loved and you are safe here. Capricorn, this is going to be your reading for January of 2026. Now, this is a collective reading. It's not one-to-one. So take what resonates and release the rest. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. However, I do encourage you to check out your other placements, sun, moon, and rising, because sometimes these placements can hold keys that further unlock your particular story. Capricorn, you're coming in strong with the King of Swords in your protagonist energy. So right now, you're very focused. I feel like you are making some fairly big plans. You know, you're always kind of the busy type, Cap. So right now, you're really kind of honing in into those mental skills that are going to help you organize and evaluate the very nice place that you're coming from here with this King of Swords energy. I don't usually get grounded from this card, but there is something that feels very grounded about this energy, even though this is the sword suit, which is an air element. He has a little butterfly button on his lapel. So maybe butterfly means something to you. It's a very transformative symbol and spirit guide. He also has a little crescent moon on his tie. Well, I won't be able to see that. I never noticed that about this card. So we have a crescent moon and a butterfly coming in for symbols, Capricorn. So that crescent moon, that is actually a waxing moon, so it's building in its momentum. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're trying to initiate a transformation. Hence, my guides point out that butterfly right now. Trying to transform something in your life. Maybe you're trying to transform yourself or all of the above. But this is definitely an energy of really mastering your mental acumen. You're trying to figure out how to manage your time, manage your resources, and use to the best of your ability all of the tools that are at your avail. It's very nice. And so with that waxing moon, that crescent moon, is just beginning. It's just at the start of its phase. So maybe you're just now starting a project, or you're really starting to dig in to what you're doing. Perhaps it's been on the back burner and it's been bouncing around. It's like, oh man, I'd really love to do this thing, and you just haven't been able to get around to it. But I feel like now, you know, especially with the new year coming, everyone's looking at their habits and their patterns and, you know, evaluating what it is they want to do differently this year. So I very much feel like you are in that place right now, my dear Capricorn. So we do have the Fool coming in as a resistance energy. We have Justice. So you have all of the zeal behind you. You have all these ideas, all the best of intentions, but yet there's a hesitancy or just feeling like things are going slowly. They're unfolding slower than what you would really like as you try and put your energy into this project, whatever this is for you. You just feel that you can't quite get the momentum that you want in this physical world. You know, maybe you're tired, huh? Or you're just running into certain things that you didn't anticipate. You have to troubleshoot, things like that. And the Fool in the resistance position, I had to read this as kind of a reversed energy. But the good news about cards in this row is eventually, sooner rather than later, these are going to go into the upright for you, Capricorn. So there may be, for some of you, there may be this concern that, you know, this hidden fear that maybe you'll look like a fool for doing this thing that you have in your mind, that you're holding so dear. And that might be some of this hesitation. So I feel like perhaps one of the things you need to do right now is to really embrace this thing. If you put all of the thought work into it and you feel that this is the right course of action for you, the right path, the right plan, then embrace it. You know, be the fool that jumps off the cliff without any care or concern, because deep down you know it's going to be all right. Yeah. For some of you, whatever this is, you know, if you are feeling like, you know, people might judge you harshly for this path, you know, I want you to know that with justice in your outcome energy, you know, there is going to be a fair resolution. It's on its way for you, Capricorn. People will end up seeing the value behind what you're doing. You know, you just have to stay the course. You're good at that, Capricorn. You are dedicated. You're not afraid of putting in the hard work. It's very admirable. So let's see what else we have here for you. That almost came out. Yeah. Major Arcana cards. So yeah, these are some big changes. Big changes, big results. This isn't trivial. What you have in your mind right now isn't trivial at all. You know, maybe this is business. Like I said earlier, a change of career, which, you know, if you're starting a business, that certainly would be a qualifying career change. You have the High Priestess. So definitely lean into your intuition at this time. You know, your guides are saying that you have a deep connection. You're capable of a deep connection, and you're capable of knowing yourself, which is extremely important key. If you know yourself completely and totally, if that's even possible. We won't go down that philosophical rabbit hole just now, but if you know yourself deeply, you also know where your pitfalls lie. You might know where you're going to get triggered. Once A happens, then B will follow. So if you know your triggers, if you know where you are most likely going to get hung up, make a plan. You say to yourself, okay, I know that when I don't get the kind of recognition I desire, I'm going to be more prone to burning out. And you say, all right, so how do I combat that? Well, I could combat that by reminding myself why this is so dang important to me. Just as an example, make this fit into your situation, Capricorn. We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Emperor, King of Wands, bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's definitely a leadership, maybe entrepreneurial energy underlying in this. I can definitely see that potential for some of you. If that's you, then I'd love to hear about what you are trying to do right now. What are you trying to manifest? What is near and dear to your heart, Capricorn? I'd love to hear how these cards may speak to you. So, comments. We have Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So you're not even sure what's working, what's not working right now. And yeah, that's very frustrating. I'm sorry. What does this thing work that I'm doing? I can't tell yet. You might just be starting off with this venture, and it's really hard to tell what is working and producing the results that you desire versus what's not going to pay out in the long haul when you're just starting up. When you're just starting, you really don't have any background or feedback to work from. There's no constructive criticism to be had when you're just starting. So that can be a frustration for you as you're moving forward right now, my dear Capricorn, is just the not knowing exactly. We crave input, and when you don't have it, but then that's why it's so important to really lean into that intuition. It's because you don't have the data right now to work from. There's no framework here just yet. And so that's why you really need to tap into what feels right. What, when you look at it, when you contemplate it, when you're building this thing in your head, what gives you that little thrill of excitement or that little chill? What just goes, that feels good. Listen to that. See, we had, remember I said on the King of Swords, there's that little, it's so tiny, that little crescent moon on his tie, and then of course with the High Priestess, another crescent moon. So definitely building into something, starting from scratch even, perhaps. Okay, let's move on to the next deck. Pull a few more cards for you to get more information here. So, in the outcome energy, I do like, we have the Emperor. So, there's definitely some authority here. You're worried that you might look like a fool, for doing what it is you love to do, what you're excited and passionate to do. But remember, you have that justice coming in for your outcome. So this is going to be fair. And what's fair for all of your hard work, all of that thought power, all that passion you poured into your project, what's fair? People will look at you like you're a boss. Yeah, that's nice. Who doesn't like that? So the Emperor is telling me that you will move into a place where you will feel very, there's grounded again. We know that you're grounded. That's good. Very authoritarian? It's not really the right word I'm looking for. Just keep hearing boss. You know, you're gonna feel like a boss. People are gonna look at you like a boss. You know, it's just gonna be like Capricorn has it together. You know, it might have taken a little bit of time trying to roll that boulder up the hill. But once you get it there, people are gonna be like, dang, Capricorn knows where it's at. We have the King of Cups also coming through for you. So yeah, definitely, you know, the cups represent feelings and intuition again. So we're coming in here with some more heavy intuitive energy in the energy sounds redundant, in the protagonist arena that you should be leaning into, tapping. This is what is working for you right now. This is what will be propelling you. So we definitely have like some leadership energy. We have the King of Swords, we have the King of Cups, we have the Emperor. um, this is someone who is taking the lead in their own life. Mm, and that's nice. That's tasty. Mm. And so, yeah, death coming in the resistance. Crying out loud, it just feels like some things are so hard to change. But it's coming in that resistance position. It is going to be flipping into the upright for you. So do not fear. Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Be careful that you're not overthinking. You can trap yourself with that kind of energy. You know, if you're trying to make something perfect, you know, that's a good thing to aim for down the road, you know, that way. But while you are here and now, you hold that idea of what you ultimately want. What are you ultimately trying to produce? What are you ultimately trying to obtain? What is that picture? Great. Hold on to it. But don't be stuck on it now. Do what you can with what you have now. And don't think too much about it beyond that. There's time for perfectionism later. You don't want to miss this opportunity. You don't want to pass up doing this thing that you're obviously excited about, all because you wanted it to be so amazingly awesome to begin with. You'll get there. But if you get too hung up on the details, devil in the details, when you're just trying to get the ball rolling, don't do that to yourself. If this is you, you know I'm talking to you. Yay, okay, cool. Judgment at the bottom of the deck, rising to the occasion, renewed life, a renewed breath, a renewed fervor for this thing that you are doing, this thing that you want to accomplish and become. Yeah, you're going to be moving into some very nice energy. Okay, sorry, I'm gushing. So, outcome energy, the Fool, uprights. You will be able to move past those blockages, those perceived blockages. You know, death is a card saying, you know, death is reversed. It's saying, You know, there's a certain resistance to change, a stagnancy, um, kind of a repeating behavior or circumstance. It's just saying that things aren't being allowed to transform and metamorphosize the way that it needs to. But it's going to be going into that upright. You're going to be initiating, I just heard a cascade of transformation. And these are going to, I got chills. These are going to be good transformations, Capricorn. This is going to be great. I love what I don't know what this is that you're doing, but I love it. I think you love it too. Yeah, I really do. I do. It's like the King of Cups. You know, there's a lot of passion in the King of Cups. You know, it's a tempered kind of passion. It's quiet. It's dignified is the word. It's a dignified passion. And you have that in spades. Yes. I love it. It's so cool. Okay. You're going to be taking that step. You're going to be making that journey. You're going to have that adventure. Because you're the boss. You're going to be the boss. And it's going to be really cool, Cap. All right. So I'm going to pull a card for you from the Enchanted Astrologer deck. So whatever comes out of here, you know, this can be a prompt to further dig into your own personal astrology natal charts and see if there are any additional messages that you are supposed to be paying attention to. I always enjoyed looking at my own chart for inspiration. Sagittarius, and I'm going to take that, the 10th house. So, Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. So, Sagittarius, maybe you have some Sagittarius in your chart, some other placements. This could be encouraging you to look more deeply into what is going on in that part of your chart. What house does Sagittarius rule? What planets are in Sagittarius? Are there any critical aspects to those planets in Sagittarius? Maybe you know a Sagittarius. I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody. And then we have the 10th house. 10th house. That's your house, Capricorn. So this is saying, oh, there's an angel on there. That's nice. This is saying to also consider your 10th house. This is the house of career, social status, yummy stuff like that. So perhaps this has something to do with your social standing, your career, the way in which you show up in the world as a professional. That could be part of what this is. I don't know, you tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. All right. We are going to pull an oracle card for you. A message from your spirit guides, your guardian angels. A message that you are to take with you into the new year and the month of January as you progress with this lovely passion project of yours. I love that King of Cups card. He's looking into that goblet, and it just looks like there's golden fireflies coming out of it. And it's like he's just so intent on this thing he holds in his hand. Some really nice imagery. Should I put that up again? Since I'm blabbing about it. Yeah. The Emperor is holding this orb. You could almost call it like a globe. Makes me think of like, you know, having the world in your hands. Or the world is your, it does have kind of like a pearl sheen to it, doesn't it? It's like, the world is my oyster. I've never seen that in this card before, but there you go. That's nice. Let's see. Can I please have a message for my wonderful Capricorns as we move into the month of January and the year of 2026? Thank you. Okay. So we have purification, Capricorn, and forgiveness on the bottom of the deck. Sorry, I always like looking at the bottom of the deck. So this could be saying, Capricorn, that you're in a time of purifying your thoughts. You know, you have to get rid of any of those thoughts, those negative ideas about yourself, maybe. You need to purify yourself of that harmful self-talk. You know, and this can be talking about the substances that you put into your body. You know, maybe this is a call from your guides to clean up your food intake a little bit, because food can indeed impact the body. It impacts everything. It's all this interconnected, beautiful system that is so easy to throw off balance. So purification. There's rain coming down. There's rain coming down on this sunflower. So you have the sun here a couple times. You have the sun on the Fool card. You have the sun here. So I feel like this is just heard a bright new beginning. One where you purged some of that crap that has weighed you down, whatever that is for you. Yeah. Like it. It's very nice reading, Capricorn. I love what you're doing. Keep it up. Do the work. It's up to you now. If you found any value in these messages, then please like, share, subscribe. That simple act will help spread these messages to others who may need to hear them, and be very greatly appreciated. All right, Capricorn, that is all I have for you for right now. The rest is up to you. In the meantime, go get them.